This is Picks and Parlays Total Chaos. You guys haven't seen the show. It's a lot of fun. You're going to want to grab a pencil and a paper because I've got two expert handicappers that are about to go head to head and give you their free plays on the over or the under. The returning champion, I've got Sean Higgs all the way straight out of Jersey. Sean, back defending that crown. How's it going, friend?
You know, not too bad. What am I? I'm like a two-time champ, and one time I lost. It was basically that, I agreed on 2 games. I just went opposite with the guy. Otherwise, I'd be here. I'd be on the show. I'd be your co-host the last month. I should be on every week.
I know.
The portal haven't treated me good.
You're going to start like having a writer and stuff to come on the show.
That's
all right. Well, we've got some new fresh blood in the Total Chaos show in the Total Chaos community. We have got legendary handicapper Chip Chirimbus is here with us today. Hey, Chip, how's it going?
Fresh blood. That's new for me, but I'm glad to be here. That's for sure.
Chip's going to bring out some Arab Parsegian trends from back in the day.
Absolutely. I got stuff before that.
Whoa. Well, for everyone at home, feel free, subscribe, and feel free to drop any comments, what your plays are on these games into the comment box. Like I said, grab a pen and a pad. It's a lot of fun. Guys, here's how it works. If you don't know, I'm going to give you a game and I'll give you a number. I want 2 or 3 quick points out of you on why you think it's going to go over or under, and then we'll move right along. All right? You guys ready to rock?
Let's go.
All right. Game faces are on. Higgs, you're the champion, so you are going to start us off. I've got Oklahoma at West Virginia. And Oh, wait.
Game's been canceled.
Sugar. No one can send me a text. You can't email me with all this technology.
You know what? It just got canceled today, I think.
Okay. Well, yeah, I did these numbers at, noonish or something.
You know what? I just remembered that because I went to load in a play because I had Oklahoma, and I'm like, where'd the game go? Off the board.
Well, there you go. Welcome to 2020. All right. Thank goodness it's almost over. Okay, so moving right along.
That's a win for everybody.
By the way, I'll take the under in that game.
Yeah, right? Everybody cashes. Yeah. Okay, so I've got Minnesota, Nebraska. Are we still playing this game? All right.
Yes.
Okay, the number's 59.5. Higgs, lay it on me. What do you got here?
59. You know, when you shout out these lines, it was 50.5, gone up a whole point. But right. Why? I mean, Minnesota hasn't played in 3 weeks, and I'm looking at like Nebraska here. All right, you won 37-27 against Purdue. Game before that, total 46 points. All right, you went over against Illinois, under against Penn State, under Northwestern. This Minnesota team's not Ohio State to drop 50. I like the under here. All right, Nebraska's what? Maybe put 35 up on a team that hasn't played in 3 weeks. It's going to be a little rusty. I'm going to go under 59.5. I got an extra point. Good for me. Under the total.
All right, what do you got, Chip?
This is going to be fun, Sean. Nebraska opens with 3 straight unders, has 5-1 to the under as it is. But Minnesota doesn't stop anybody. They're 9-3 to the over in their last 12, 6-2 on the road to the over. But overall, 19-7 to the over. They're over 19-7 when they're playing teams with losing records. That makes this game supposedly supposed to go over. So I'm going to see the over here, Sean. You got the under. I got the over. We're already in conflict. I'm ready to hit the Jersey boy.
I like it. I like it. What do you got to say to that, Higgy?
All right, listen. I got to respect the elders. He's gonna come at me. So I'm. If we're not gonna be on the same game, I'm gonna be a little leery. So it's not good sign. I thought he was gonna be getting in the car with us, but now out of the gate, I don't know where this is gonna go.
This is where we're at. All right. So up next, Chip, you're gonna kick this one off. We've got Central Michigan at Toledo. I don't know where my line's on. It's like technology beat me up today. What do you got?
I got 52.5.
All right.
Yeah, I got 52.5. And this is a MAC game. Am I right? So
yep.
I'm trying to think how do you play anything but an over in a MAC game? You got Central Michigan is 10-4 in their last 14 to the over. They're 6-0 to the over on the road. Toledo's 4-1 at Toledo to the over, but 15-5 in conference play to the under. I'm playing this game under, Sean.
Under, Sean. What do you got?
You know, part of me, I was thinking under because 52.5 just seems low, right? For action. And last week, what, 45-20 loser for Central, 41-24 Toledo. I mean, why isn't this game? I mean, it basically tells you it's going to be 40-24, right? So it should be over by a double-digit thing here. So, maybe I'm going grabbing a low-hanging fruit at 52.5, but I'm going to go over. I'm going over to 52.5. I'm riding that Mac over. It looks too good to be true. Maybe it is, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
My point.
Sometimes that happens, but hey, sometimes it cashes for you too. So I could not, on the Iowa UNC basketball game, I couldn't make myself take Iowa -3. It was like way too easy. God, I'm an idiot. Should have been all over it. All right, speaking of UNC, we got UNC at Miami. The number here is 67.5. Higgs, what are you working with?
I'm going to say hi to Elliot. I'm reading in the chat over here. He says hello, so I want to say
What's up, Elliot?
hi to him. All right, so NC Miami, I'm going to go over to 67.5. It's a big number, yeah, but listen, North Carolina, they're good for 40. They're going to show up and give up 40 before Miami even suits up. So that's good for us. 67, maybe the total should be like 80 the way these teams kind of play. Again, North Carolina stops nobody, but they scored themselves. 70 should be it. And we're getting 67.5. Let's go. Over to 67. Not much to say.
All right, what do you got, Chip?
I agree with Sean here. Sorry to say, no, I'm not sorry to say, Sean. Believe me, I don't mean to disrespect you at all. We're just having some fun because I have great regard for your opinion. The over is 5-1 with North Carolina and when they're road dogs. 11-4 to the over overall in their last 15. And this Sam Howell and this North Carolina team puts up points. Sean, I think you may have pointed out, I don't know if you pointed out, but hasn't North Carolina scored 40 or more 3 different times this year? And with Derek King leading the Hurricanes, I can see this game going over the total.
Yeah. They give up 40 like they're taking breaths of fresh air.
Yeah.
So you guys agreed on one? Oh, my God.
That's our first agreement so far.
All right. So people at home, when they agree, those tend to be the most valuable plays. The consensus plays are what you're really after here. Also, don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and drop your favorite plays in the comment box. We do appreciate that. We like to know where you guys are at also. All right. Up next, we've got Western Michigan at Ball State. The number is 67.5. And Chip, start her off.
You coming with me?
Yep.
All right. Well, here we go. Back in the MAC, of course, and Western Michigan, 4-1 to the over. Ball State 3-2 to the over. But Western Michigan is going 5-0 to the under after a loss. They're 7-2 over on the road. These MAC games, these totals become so high. This opened 71.5. Did you just give me 68.5? And
I gave you 67.5.
67.5. And what kind of move is this? I would have to believe it's people in the know. It's some of the wise guys, some of the sharper people. This number dropping that dramatically from 71.5 now to 67.5. I'm going to play it under, Sean.
Listen,
71, not 67, because it was actually 68 when we sent the lines out. But
right.
I look at these scores: 42-53, 52-44, 41-38, 58-13, 45-20, 31-25, 30. I mean, nobody stops anything in this league. This is crazy. But again, you look at the 4-point line drop, and you got to think. Listen. Guys, you're moving numbers like that. You got a lot more money than me. I was going to think over, but again, it's one of those things where I got to follow a 4-point line move. I'm with Chip here. You got to go under.
Yep. Sometimes you got to follow that money. All right, Higgs, you're going to go first on this one. It's Wisconsin at Iowa. 41.5 is the number. I think that was the lowest total of the show.
Yeah, and I'm undering it up. I know it's not sexy here, but again, here we go. It's 44 down to 41 range. And what do you got? Iowa's nothing sexy about Iowa. They just kind of a grinder team. It's not like, they don't got Garza or whoever their guy is on their basketball team averaging 30 points a game for them. There's no stud like that on this offense. And Whiskey, when's the last time they've even played? I don't know. I'm going to go under. I just think this is going to be one of those ugly kind of games, a Big Ten game. That's what That's I don't know. 44-41. That tells me that the offense tells me Iowa they're not putting up any points. And Whiskey, who knows what you're getting? This team is COVID central. Maybe it started here instead of Wuhan. It started in Wisconsin because this team's always out sick.
I was thinking maybe Ohio. All right, what do you got on this, Chip?
Well, although Wisconsin's 7-2, the over is a favorite, and they have moved to the favorite in this game. This team, in the limited action that they have, is number 1 in the NCAA in total defense, allowing 230 yards a game, 157, number 1 in passing, allowing 157, number 1 in rushing, allowing 72. And, the only way I can see this game going would be to be under. Iowa's gone 7-2-1 to the under in their last 10 games. And, the defense of Wisconsin has certainly shown up. Their offense has been moot in the last 2 times out. They had 7 points against Northwestern and against but let me just say that the Iowa defense only allows 17 points a game and 0.3. I think this game is destined to stay under. Maybe it's going to be one of those bruising Big Ten games we used to talk about and used to see.
All right.
I'm playing under.
They do agree again. Seems like the chat agrees with you guys. Oops, maybe not that guy. There we go. Elliot's under. Wayne says it goes under. Craig says called for an under on Iowa last week, but he called it over. It was a winner. All right, up next, we're going to see about Washington at the Oregon Ducks. It's 55. Chipper started off.
Well, the Ducks usually are a team that's flying over the total year, week in and week out. And this year it's been a little bit different with them. They don't quite have the same offense. Washington hasn't committed a turnover yet this year. Limited action, of course. They're 9-1 to the under as road dogs. This line on this game to me looked really short, which made me think that the underdog might be good here. So Washington has also played very well against winning teams. Teams with winning records, they've gone under 14 of the last 20 times out. Now, I can give you all the Oregon stats, how they're going over 15-5, and they're going over 23-10 at home, and they're going over. But the line on this game was short enough to make me to think that Washington's going to be in contention here, and I look for this game to stay under the total.
All right. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm going under the 55 here. Listen, we talk about should we just say about Oregon? I mean, last game against Cal, what did they have, 17 points? I mean, what happened to this explosive Mario Cristobal? Totally ruined the Ducks. Unbelievable, that guy. Yeah, listen, under's 9-1 in Washington's last 10 as road dogs. They're a nice dog here. They play a little defense. They don't get sloppy with the ball. 55, let's go. It's just, again, you got to remember, no fans in the stadium, nothing to feed off energy and stuff like that. That's why this stadium was always so good to the Ducks. And you take that element out of, I mean, not just this school, but a bunch of schools that affects games. I mean, listen, throw Duke basketball in there, 0-2 at home with no crazies in Cameron. I mean, Coach K's like, we're not playing any more non-conference games. Oh, really now? That's really good. You're 0-2. So I think that's part of it. So let's go under it. I'm on the under with you here, Chip. Let's go under the 55.
All right, let's hope we hit it.
I think people get on the auto over Oregon the way they get auto under Virginia basketball. Like it's just going to go under. Well, it might not go under, Don't know why you needed to bring up Duke, though. Thanks for that, Higgs. Thanks a lot.
He's ready to opt out. Now you see what a terrible coach he is.
I'm like, as a Duke fan, I've got so many texts and messages like, "Oh, does he really think it's dangerous?" No, I don't think that he thinks it's dangerous. I think he wants to get out of there. Anyway, but I digress.
That's another show.
Yeah, that's another show. All right, so up next I've got La Tech at TCU. The number on this one's 51.5. Higgs, take it down. What do you got?
We're going to go up 51.5. Again, this was 52.5 when we did the show. It moved a little bit, but you know what? I'm still on the over. And I'm going to tell you, I had North Texas last week. I'm thinking La Tech hasn't played in a month. Their best guy opts out on offense. Like, where's the offense come from? But lo and behold, they put a bunch of points on the board. So I think TCU is going to score some points here because I think we'll see a little drop down for La Tech. So won't surprise to see TCU somehow get around 40. And we didn't see anything from LT here, so let's go over. I think it's a little low for us, so I'll go over to 51.5. I'm gaining a point here for the show. Excellent. I'll take it.
What do you got, Chip?
Well, Sean, I'm going to have to get my motorcycle helmet on because we're butting heads here. I can see La Tech playing this game under. They've gone 8-2 to the under on the road when they're underdogs, and yet they've gone 19-7 to the under when playing against teams with winning record. And I think this TCU is just an all-under team all the time. That's how I look at them, how their coach seems to approach defense first. Wouldn't you say that, Sean? I mean, for the most part?
Yeah, what's his name? He's always a defensive, defensive minded here at this team. And I think they're down. I mean, the start year, I think they're down another third QB anyway. But I just think, I mean, listen, I'm not going to disagree with anything he said. I just think it's going to be one of those games that just, it's not going to be what it seems. I think La Tech somehow puts up points like they did against North Texas, and TCU's going to score against the bad. Let's be honest. This is Louisiana Tech versus the big 12 team in TCU, even though TCU's not like elite like they were before they got here. But talent-wise, I think it's a discrepancy, and they should be able to move the ball on Louisiana Tech.
Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah, they're going to play.
Oh, we're going to see.
Yeah,
we got 3 games to separate us every time. So someone's got to go 2-1 here.
All right, we got 2 to go. Guys at home, don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We do have a promo code this week at Picks and Parlays. It's ELF, E-L-F. If you guys want to save 20% at checkout, head over to picksandparlays.net and look for Chip Chirimbus and Sean Higgs premium plays. These are 2 of our top cappers. They're always in the top 5, somewhere on one of the leaderboards. These guys are always at the top, so make sure you check them out. All right, 2 to go. We got LSU at Florida. 68.5 is the number. Chip, you're going first here.
Well, we know what abomination LSU has been this year, and part of it has been their totally weak defense, and their offense hasn't helped them out much either. But Florida's a team that needs to make a good showing. I mean, they're trying to get into that Final Four, and who knows what's going to happen with Ohio. I mean, there's so much that can happen with Ohio State getting there and Florida still having to play Alabama. But they need to get by LSU here. And I think that LSU has played under 8-2 on the road, but I think this Florida offense is just too big. They're number 1 in passing, 503 yards in the NCAA average total offense per game, and averaging 378 yards passing. 8-3 to the over on the grass is Florida. I'm going to play this game over the total. LSU and Florida, SEC battle in years past. We would have seen 2 great defenses out there. Things are different now.
Good call.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know exactly. 5-6 years ago, this was like I think, was it like Mushamp with the defense here at the Gators? Like this was a defensive school. Nah, not so much anymore. Trask could be your Heisman winner. Ways of putting up numbers. But Gators, listen, I found last 3 weeks they've laid eggs for me. I'm waiting for them to run up scores here. As I said, they're on the outside looking in the playoffs. They got to beat Alabama. Put up some numbers here, and that's what I'm expecting. LSU, listen. Crap year. You sold your soul last year. You won unbelievable season. Now you're still in a bowl ban on yourself, so you don't get banned next year during a real season. But yeah, 6-7.5 Gators. I say this I've said this last 3 weeks. Put up the 50 spot, please. Come on, do something, Trask. Do something on this offense. You're still got to leapfrog A&M to have any kind of thought of making the playoffs if you don't beat Alabama, with the whole Ohio State nonsense going on here. But yeah, I'm on with the over with you. I think LSU will put up some garbage points here. Gators should roll. Should roll, but last 3 weeks they haven't. We'll see what happens. So this is we're together on this one. So at least we go down together and not losing anything here against each other.
All right, I'm in good company.
Well, it seems like the chat agrees with you guys. Winning Money says Gators score 45+. Elliot says LSU's game is going over. Huh?
There was a Duke comment in there. I don't know if you saw that too.
You know what? I don't need to bring everything up onto the screen, Sean. Okay, it's my prerogative. Some things belong in the comment box. Don't make me. Oh, you weren't with me with Kurt, were you? He was talking crap about the Texans, and I just took them right off the show. You guys forget.
My prerogative. Let's see if anybody gets a Bobby. Is that a Bobby Brown reference? Let's see if anybody in the comment section gets a Bobby Brown reference on my prerogative. That's probably ahead. Nobody gets that.
All right. Okay, so we got one more to go. Sdsu at BYU. The number here is 46. Higgs, what do you got?
46 now? Holy crap. It was 49.5 the other day.
Right.
47? Okay. I'm still going under. I got to adjust my notes. I'm old school. Paper and a pad. That's how I roll. Black little marble notebooks. It's like a crack pen. You think I'm running like it's like crazy right out of a a movie. Yeah, under the total here. BYU. All right, you're not undefeated anymore, right? You went on the road. You played a tough team, but you know what? The Aztecs. This is not a tough team on a football field. Basketball game, this would be a little different, But I don't see many points from San Diego State. BYU's going to take out a little frustration all around here, but I think it's probably going to be like a 35-10 kind of like wiping there. So I'll go under the total. I think it's not really going to be close, but BYU's not going to drop a 60 on us to hurt us here.
Good call. All right, what do you got, Chip?
Well, I have to agree with Sean, and not just because the number has dropped the way it has. I mean, we had mentioned that earlier in another game. I actually think this is probably, of all the totals that I've given you, the one I like the best. Maybe Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, but San Diego State, their offense is 104th on the year. They're averaging 344 total yards offense, and yet their defense is number 3, only allowing 267. BYU has a really good defense, only allowing 300 yards. And initially, you would think that BYU with Zach Wilson would be a high-scoring team, but I don't think it's going to happen here. San Diego State is 21-7 as to the under when listed as an underdog, and they're a dog here, obviously, and they're 9-1-1 on the road overall. I'm going to play this under, Sean. I think this is one of our. I'm glad you like this side because I think this is one of my stronger totals of the week.
All right,
I agree. Look at BYU upset again this week. Trap comes in here. Are you kidding me? Look at that one. He's just throwing the haymaker from left field, comes in out of nowhere.
BYU, by the way, has gone 25-10 to the under when playing on natural grass. So this all plays together for me. And I'm not a big totals guy, but that's the way I think this game plays out.
All right. Well, I like it, guys. I hope everyone at home enjoyed themselves as well. You might want to play that through if you missed anything because we're not recapping it all. Most important thing that we learned today is that what's their names aren't playing. Oklahoma and West Virginia, right? So save your money. Don't bet on that. All right. So thank you guys. Like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Even if we're off the air, you can still drop picks into the comment box and let us know who you like. Sean and Chip next week. Whoever wins the most on Saturday, you're coming back next Thursday to defend someone else. So I wish you both the best of luck, and thank you so much for being on the show. People at home, go online and check out their premium picks at picksandparlays.net. There's a lot of great stuff over there. All right, y'all. Until next time, thank you.
See everybody next week.
Thanks, Allie. See you next Thursday.
Yeah.
Both of you are too
I beat you to that already.
Oh,